What it do, baby? Hit me with a bruh if y'all can hear me. Y'all know I've been messing up these streams. Either no camera or no audio. Anywho, I'm doing like a million things at the same time here. This should be a really quick lab. Y'all know I just do this like it's exercise, man. Just do a couple push-ups and I'm out of here. Typically I don't stream on Sundays, but I said I want to do this lab real quick. This is the lab guide we typically use. 101 Labs Cisco CCNA version 4. You can get a copy of this from 101labs.net, or there's a link in the description box below. Funny thing about this build is, though, we are on page 425, lab number 98, right? 98 out of 101 labs, where there's actually about 120 labs in here. And he got the topology wrong in this. And luckily, I have the old version of the book on PDF. This is the actual topology we're going to use. So if you get a chance, if you're using GNS3 or even G or whatever, go ahead and drag and drop two routers or switches just like this right here and create these respective VLANs, 10 through 40, connect them up to those ports right there. And that's pretty much it, man. This is a really quick lab. They gave this lab a 4 out of 10, so we should be able to knock this one out, man. I already got my switches powered up. They're not cabled up, though, so let me go ahead and do that. Let me remove this bad boy. No, let me just do this right here. Back to back. How y'all doing this Sunday morning? Shout out to Brooklyn 2K, Brooklyn NY2K. You studying for the CCNP, man? Which track, man? I'm assuming Enterprise. You can see and hear me. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate you for tuning in, man. My brother actually lives in Brooklyn. My dad had a house in Canarsie. My brother, he lives in Prospect Park. So, BK in the house. I got switch 1 and switch 2 powered up. Let me go ahead and power these bad boys up. That's switch 1. Let me see if I can. I'm consoled in, right? He works, right? Don't he? Oh, my terminal server's, yeah, it's on. Terminal server's on, so he don't know why he's not waking up. That's interesting. Let me see if my switch 2 is powered on. Pretty sure switch 2 works. They both lighten up right there. I just don't see them. Let me do this. Y'all know I'm trying to do this so that way y'all can see at the same time. See the topology and me talk at the same time. Boom. I like to make this all even and stuff. There goes switch 1. Oh, I named him switch 2 for some reason. And so switch 1 is that. Switch 2. You know what it is? Let me see. We need to figure this out. Let's figure this out real quick. I named him. Hold on. Oh, Jesus. Let me close these bad boys. I named him switch 2. He's actually switch 2, but let's see. So switch real quick. Let's see that MAC address. The other guy, I should probably just get me packet tracer, launch that up real quick. But y'all know. Oh, I know why it's not even plugged up. It is console in. Oh, I have the other console into it. All right, here we go. We gonna get this going. I was directly consoled in. And y'all know I also have a terminal server, so he should be awake now. That's switch 2, and there goes switch 1. All right, so he is actually going to be, I'm going to make him switch 1. He need to be switch 2. I don't know. I guess I must have not changed it, and then I'll save it. So it'll go global config mode, make him host name. I guess we can start now, right? Switch 2. There we go. And write that to memory. Let me delete the VLANs because y'all know sometimes I like to do my stuff clean. Let me see. Let's check what's in there right now. DIR flash. Come on, man. DIR. Do that. What's in the VLAN? There is a VLAN.dat, so show VLAN brief. Let's see what VLANs we got in here. We got a sales VLAN. Oh, and it's still in there. It looks like I already created that VLAN. Y'all know I like to do stuff from scratch, but it is what it is. Show VLAN brief. You're using GNS3. It's challenging to set up. Nah, actually, I'm using real hardware, man. Real hardware. I try to stay away from virtualization and stuff like that. I'll use real hardware as much as I can. You know, that's just preference thing. You know what I mean? I'm old school. I like seeing blinking lights and cables, and you know, and I have a rack in this room right here. So I just like, you know, that's just me. So whatever you're using, that's fine. You know, even G, whatever, GNS3, you should be able to do this lab real quick. So let's go ahead and knock this out. Y'all with me so far? Task 1. I don't know if that book gonna even do it right there, because they got the wrong topology in the book. So Paul Browning, the guy, this author of this book, if you're watching, which I doubt, he watching a little lowly YouTube guy, he got the topology wrong. There's a lot of errors we found in this book, but you know, it is what it is. I love this book still. You're gonna find errata. There's about 500 something pages. Let's give him some kind of credit, right? Anywho, task 1 was to do the host names, which they already are, right? Switch 1 is SW1. Switch 2 is SW2. I'm gonna go ahead and I got some VLANs all here already. I'm going to delete those. Hey, let me go ahead and delete those. Delete VLAN. Delete flash. VLAN dot that. Right there. So now show VLAN brief. And I should have. Oh no, I didn't. All right, so I gotta remove those. VLAN 2, 3, 10, 20. I think you could do it that way. Yep, you sure can. So VLAN. See how deleted like multiple VLANs all at the same time? We got to do this one right here. Remove that guy. No VLAN 10. All right, and then I'm gonna do it over again. So we just got to do these VLANs right here and put them in those respective ports. And it says here, task 2 was to configure and verify switch 1 as a VTP server, right? So switch 1 is the guy on the left right here. He need to be a VTP server, right? Y'all know what VTP is, right? VLAN trunking protocol. I had a brain fart there. VLAN trunking protocol is basically, it's like the main switch that's gonna have all the VLANs, right? And you create it. You're gonna have a server. He's gonna be the server. And he's most likely going to be a client. So you create all the VLANs on here, and instead of having to do them all over again on this switch right here, creating those VLANs and put them on this switch right here, we could just create it on this switch and then just have them propagate automatically onto that switch right there. That way we ain't got to do this steps over twice. So let's go ahead and create the VLANs on switch 1 and see if he is a server. Right, and the way we do that is what? Show VTP status, and we'll see by default it is a where's the mode at? Mode. There it is right there. It's operating mode of server, so he is a server indeed, right? And he is most likely a server too. This guy right here. But we want to make him a client, right? Let's see. Did they say yes? So configure him as a server. What we're going to do is configure switch 1 on the left as a server and switch 1 on the right as a client. So that's all we got to do. Server, client. We already confirmed that he is a server. Let's go to switch 2 and see what he is, right? So VTP status. I know I'm doing a lot of lecturing here, and I can just go ahead and do it, right? So he is a server, right? By out the box, that's the default mode, server. So we need to make him a client. Configure terminal and then VTP mode client. So now he is we set the device from server to client. So now all the VLANs that we create on here should propagate theoretically through here. But remember, we got to make this right here a trunk before that happens, right? So that got to be a trunk before that really happens. Let's go ahead and do that, right? Let's show interface status real quick and verify, because I did FA00 and it is connected, so good to go. All right, so let's go to switch 1. Make him. He is already a server, so that was that. Both switches should be in the VTP domain named Cisco. What domain are they in? Right now they are blank. It's not in a domain. By default, there is no name, so we need to name it. So make sure they're in the same domain. Configure terminal, VTP, domain, Cisco, all caps, just like that. We got to see how it went from null, so nothing, to Cisco, right? So we changed the domain. We got to do the same thing on this side. When these guys are in the VTP domain, or when you want to set them up as VTP domain, right? You have this guy as a server and this guy as a client. They're not going to share nothing unless they know each other's password, the domain's password. So I could do all the VLANs I want on this. It's not going to come across here if you don't have the password or whatever. So domain, all caps, Cisco. Oops. That was lowercase. All caps, Cisco, just like that. VTP domain, Cisco, like that. There. Now let's show our work. Show VTP status. We'll see the domain is Cisco. Indeed. Perfect. Secure VTP messages. Oh, we did that. That's what we did. So we're securing VTP messages with that domain, with that password there. Configure and verify FA01 between switch 1 and 2 as an 802.1q trunk. So basically, this, remember we said this guy's the server, this guy's the client. This link right here, I just cabled up with just a regular Cat5 cable. But right now it's set up as an access port. We need to make it a trunk port and give it the encapsulation of 802.1q. So .1q. We need that make we need to make it an 802.1q trunk. So we need to do it on both sides, right? If we do a show interface FA101 show interface, let's do a show interface trunk. We'll see nothing is trunking right now, right? Show interface FA101. Your interfaces might be different, and let's do a switch port. Add switch port to it to see what it is operating in. Right now it is operating in static access. So this is set up as an access port. And that is most likely set up as an access port as well. We can verify that on the other side, right? Let's run that same command on the other side. I'm supposed to pick up my daughter here. And I said, let me just do a little quick stream and knock this lab out. Why is he not 101? Let's see what status he, what he got going on here. So interface status. He probably got some different interfaces here. 101, it's connected. Why did I put show interfaces FAST101 switch port? Ain't nothing going on there. There it is, right there. So it's also set up as an access port. We need to set both as trunk port, right? So we go to global config mode, interface FA FAR 101. We got Professor Black Ops in the building. Damn, old people gonna need to get to work, man. It's all good, man. It's all, and I got your email, man. I was hooping yesterday, and then I saw your email on my way, and I couldn't even open up the Excel file. But I did see your email. I'm gonna go through it, man. Shout out to Professor Black Ops, man, for tuning in and stuff like that. Y'all check him out if y'all want to get into cybersecurity and stuff like that. Y'all know we over here dealing with lowly VTP domains and stuff like that, securing these domains. This dude is working on cybersecurity. That's a hot field right there if y'all want to get into that. So switch port. What am I doing? Oh, we need to just get into the port like this, and then we want to change it to a trunk port from an access port, right? So switch port mode trunk. That's gonna hard code it as a trunk, but notice we can't do that. It's set to auto negotiate. So we need to change the encapsulation type because this is an older iOS. So what we got to do is switch port encapsulation, switch port trunk encapsulation, and then from here you can either choose ISL or .1q or to negotiate. We said the book said they wanted .1q, right? I said that earlier, right here, .1q. I know I put a dot and then a number 1q, but you know, just like that right there. That changes it. Now we can do switch port mode trunk to hard code it as a trunk. So switch port mode trunk, and then if you do a switch port like this, this lets you know it is in trunk port right here. It's gonna bounce the trunk. Right, it went down to up, just like a basketball, and the encapsulation .1q, and then we can verify that it's operating in that mode as well with show interfaces trunk. Remember, try to run at least 2 show commands to verify your work, right? Not just show run. Show run gonna show you everything, right? We need to do at least like show interface, the interface, and then switch port, and show interfaces trunk is one way to do it, right? So we can see trunk mode is on. 802.1q is trunking, and the native Vlan is 1, right? So this side is trunking. We need to do the same thing on this side. Sorry for all my 3rd grade writing over here. So let's go to switch 2, right? And we see that the interface went from down to up, so it bounced over here too. But is this one operating in that mode as well? We'll see switch port. It is automatically trunking. So we didn't need to do that side because we hard coded the other side as a trunk, and this one was set to negotiate. So basically what he's saying is, okay, this one we hard coded as a trunk. By default, out the box, this one is set to negotiate. So whatever you send him, he'll be like, okay, he'll just operate with whatever the other guy is saying we need to operate in. We need to operate in trunk mode. Okay, fine, I'll operate in trunk mode too, and that's what happened. And we can verify it with what's the second show command? Show interfaces trunk. Boom. And we're trunking. But this N right here lets us know. See, remember on this side, watch this. It was just 802.1Q. We hard-coded it as a trunk, and it's 802.1Q is the encapsulation. This one, negotiated. That's what this little N means. You can Google that and see. That's what this N means. It negotiated. So he said, look, we need to operate as a trunk, all right? Because we're going to set up a VTP domain. This is kind of like the foreman in the construction site. And then he's like, okay, I guess we got to be a trunk. And that's what happened there. That's what the N means. Professor Black, I'm sending you some federal checks for ACL so you can use the Fed requirements so you can get the Fed bag in future. That's what's up, man. Because I need to step my game, step my bag up, man. I'm trying to make a little bit more, you know. I mean, like my job and everything like that, but you know, just getting started out, I ain't gonna say just getting started out, but yeah, that would be cool to get into some more security stuff, man. But anywho, that was task number 2. We only got 4 tasks. We'll knock this out real quick. Task 3 was to configure. Oh, we did that. That was task 3, to do configure both sides as a trunk, which we did. We only configured one side as a trunk, and then this side negotiated. Task 4 is the final task. Configure and verify VLANs 10 through 40. So these VLANs right here, with the names provided above. These names right here. Validate that these VLANs are still propagated to switch to after VTP has been secured. So remember, typically, if you don't have if you're not operating VTP, right? If we created these VLANs right here on this switch, right, and it's in server mode, then those VLANs will be only on this switch right here. Nothing is going to be on this switch. You're not going to have these VLANs because we put them in the same VTP domain with the same password and stuff like that. Theoretically, these VLANs should propagate over to this switch right here. Right, that's what VTP. That's the point of VTP. It kind of minimizes the administration of VLANs and stuff like that to kind of like, you know, lower the workload. You know. Let's see here. Yeah. So y'all with me so far? This should be, like I said, this is a real quick lab. We're gonna knock this out, man. So let's go ahead and we'll verify. Show VLAN brief, just so we could get a capture of what's going on here. We got the default VLAN 1, right? And these are also default. You can't even touch them. You can't even do nothing with them. They come on there by default. We don't have no custom VLANs on here. We're gonna create some custom ones on here, and theoretically, like I said, they should propagate it over to this switch right here. So let's go ahead and try that. Y'all ready? Y'all know how to do that. This is a real easy lab. I trust y'all, man. I trust y'all. Go to global config mode. He said VLAN 10. His name is sales, right? And I want to show y'all something. Even though I created VLAN 10, name him sales. I do a show VLAN brief. We still don't have them in here. It won't be created until you get out of VLAN mode. That's when it's created. So you'll see it's not even on here. Okay? Obviously, it's not going to be on here. So let's get out real quick. Exit. And then just show VLAN brief. Now you see it's created, right? Now let's go to switch 1 and see if it's created. Show VLAN brief. And it's there. See that? So we created that VLAN. And it automatically propagated over here. So we didn't have to create that VLAN automatically again. So let's do the same thing with the rest of those VLANs, right? Real easy enough, right? Simple lab, man. I know Brooklyn 2K1 is like, man, this dude, man, is doing this easy ass shit, man. I'm just trying to study for an encore exam. I ain't gonna waste my time with these easy ass VLANs, right? Go to global config mode, we're on switch. VLAN tip 20. Right? His name is managers. VLAN 30. His name is engineers. VLAN. Y'all run me that like button, man. If y'all like what y'all see so far, man. Y'all like my teaching style and stuff like that, or if there's any other topics you want to cover. I also have a Discord server if y'all want to join and stuff. You know, typically, like I said, I don't stream on Sundays. I just said I'm gonna go ahead and just stream real quick before I go pick up my daughter. Here go the Discord server right there. If y'all want to join. And chat for a little bit afterwards. I keep it on my phone and stuff. So any stuff y'all want to, any other topics y'all want to talk about. VLAN 40 was names support. I want to knock this out real quick, man. Let's show our work. Let's show VLAN brief, and we'll see all the VLANs that we created are there. We need to put these ports in their respective VLANs. He didn't say that in the book, but that's what it says on this thing right here. So let's go ahead and do that too. Go to global config mode. Before we do that, let's see if those VLANs were created first, right? We'll go to switch 2, right? And see if these VLANs got propagated to that one, right? Theoretically, it should. have already been done, right? Which is what I said what happened. We saw that the first VLAN show, VLAN brief, right? We'll see that we only had those default VLANs plus the VLAN 10 we created, show VLAN brief, and we'll see all those other VLANs were created. Beautiful. So that was good. But let's see if we can get these. We'll put those ports in their respective VLANs and see if that gets propagated over. Now that I'm not even sure. I think theoretically, I think they should. That should work as well. I don't know. Let's see. Let's see. I'm not gonna front like I know. I think they should. I've seen it before. I thought it was done automatically too. So let's see. Interface FA. Remember, your interfaces might be different. So 105 needs to be in VLAN 10, right? Right here. See that? 105 needs to be in VLAN 10. All right. Switch port. And the way we do that is switch port access VLAN 10. We'll do the same thing with interface 6. He's in VLAN 20. Y'all see what I'm doing so far, right? VLAN port 7 is in VLAN 30, and then port 8 is in VLAN 40. Right? Y'all see how I just up real quick, up button, right? We'll show our work with show interface status. This is a different one, right? And you'll see each of those ports in their respective VLANs, right? That's one switch, one show command we can do to verify that. We can also do show VLAN brief, like we've done a million times so far on the stream. Show VLAN brief, and we'll see those ports on their respective VLANs. Let's go to switch 2. Remember last time we did it, there was no ports in those VLANs. Let's see if that got propagated. And I wanted to see if to test that theory out. Nope. See, so you got to do that manually. You got to do that manually. Putting those ports in those respective VLANs does not propagate over. I thought it did. So I'm glad I did that, and that's why I'm glad I go back to the fundamentals, little shit like this. So anyways, if y'all like what y'all see, man, y'all run with that like button. Typically, we stream Monday through Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is just a bonus quick lab that I wanted to do, and this is the lab guide we typically use. 101 Labs Cisco CCNA version 4. You can get a copy of this from 101labs.net. It's authored by this guy named Paul Browning. He used to be in like IT for like, law enforcement for like several years, like a couple decades. Then he retired and got into IT. He said, I like this shit. And then he liked it so much, he started teaching. And then he just opened up his own training company and started authoring these books with this guy named Paul Farai Tafa. And he's like a CCIE. He's a double CCIE, right? And experts agree that we retain only 10% of what we read, but 90% of what we do. That's why I like this book, because it gives us, practice, to be able to practice this theory hands-on and stuff like that. Y'all notice, I noticed, like, I know about VTP and stuff like that, but little shit like this, I didn't realize that the ports that you created on this switch, yes, the VLANs got propagated over, but the port assignment does not propagate over. Unless y'all know a trick, and we just tested it out right here. Unless y'all know the trick to do that, but it did not propagate over like it did on here. See, I had to manually do that. So VTP can be, I guess, convenient, but not in the sense of port assignments and stuff like that. But anyways, y'all want to hit that like button, share these videos, go ahead and subscribe to your boy, man, and join the Discord server. Here is a link if you want to join. Oh, it's already in there. Anyway, for now, comment, like, subscribe to the network.